adventuring, find your own destiny. Well, Destinies. What is it about? What we think of it coming up.
Hi, it's Tarrant.
And Stella from Meeple University. Today we are very excited to talk about Destinies. So Destinies is from the publishers who brought you Chronicles of Crime.
Yes.
And this is their newest game that we've got from their recent Kickstarter.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to talk about what it is about and what we think of it.
Yeah.
So Destinies is a game that you also use the app, which is here it is. It's controlled by app. So it's essentially, it is an adventuring game. You move to a certain area, the tile got flipped, and you see some area of interest, and you try to resolve it, all in the aim of resolving your destiny. So each player has got their own destinies behind this card. It is meant to be secret, so I'm not gonna show you that as well. You can choose from one of the two destinies, and you'll be adventuring, going around the towns to try to complete whatever it is that is safe for you to do.
Yes.
And you're going around, and you are controlled by using this app, which you will use and scan items, kind of like in a similar vein of Chronicles of Crime, but you also, you're not working together in this one. It's play 1 to 3 players. You play competitively, and you want to be the one that completes yours. And the way you do it is that beside adventuring, you have to build up your character. And a lot of clues around here where you have to listen, and even when opponent's going to a certain place, you're gonna have to listen to what it says on the phone, or they have to read out what it says. And then, and that way, like, oh, maybe I should go there because there's this and that. And the way to do it is you build up your character based on what you think it is. There's a lot of clues there by using this. So this is probably my favorite part. Well, I like the adventuring part, but this is my favorite part where you actually complete challenges. So you still roll dice. So you have your 2 main dice and the extra effort dice, which you get to put back at the start of your round. There's ways to put back and exhaust if you fail something, but essentially you need to roll the dice. Let's say I've rolled this 7, and this is a knowledge challenge, which is the blue. So up to 7, that means 2 is my success number.
Yes, because you've passed that many of these dots.
Correct. So there are ways in the game to make it move that way, but there are also ways to push it the other way. That's how you upgrade it. You want to get all these dots to move closer. You can, earn experience points, for example, at doing certain tasks. Or even if you fail, that's one thing I like as well. If you fail something, there are times where you actually get experience points. You might lose, something to the right, but then you gain experience points, which you can use to move something twice. So the same one, different one. So it's very good in that way. Yeah, and I don't find that, you know me, I usually roll bad dice roll, but in this one, it's, I like this system where you can really mitigate it really well. And there are also items that you can take, up to 5 items in your slot that will help you in your skill task. Oh, that's just actually gone. So basically that is the game until you complete what you are meant to do. The deck of, like, a really big deck of cards.
This is all sort of items and encounters and things.
Yeah, and could be animals and things like that. So
big deck of tiles
locations
as well. And these aren't, I believe the scenario is in a relatively small grid, but there are several scenarios.
Yes,
right?
yes. So there are several scenarios controlled by the app on the phone. Once you download it, you don't have to have internet connection, or once you update it, if there's an update, and it actually controls there. So you can move there, that gets flipped, and then the area around it, the app will tell you what area gets put next to it, although all face down needs to be flipped up whenever you go there.
I think there's always sort of these foggy ones adjacent to what you've discovered.
That's what it's called on Falcke. So there are a few minis here that you can see. I'm going to share you quickly. So they're not being used for one scenario. They're being used for different scenarios here. This is giant one. That's pretty cool, I think.
Yes, big sort of floating.
I know.
Floating cloak.
Yes, and you can encounter, like, this is the priest. You can encounter. You can, look for mission. You can meet smiths, merchants or something, and then you can buy equipments by spending gold. So that's basically the game. This is actually more my type of game than Tarrant.
Yeah, this sort of narrative adventure style of game. I'm more of a Euro gamer. This is not really my sort of thing, so I'll withhold judgment and I'll let Stella give you her more valid thoughts.
Yes. As I probably hinted before, I really like the fact that this is very intuitive. I haven't actually seen anything. Like, there are a few that are similar to it where you have to upgrade your skills, but this is... Yeah, this is a really smart way. And if you fail, as I say, you fail a task, you obviously worry that you're going to waste an action, but then you usually get experience point, which you can then adjust your skills in different ways.
Yeah, this is a really neat system, and it's the sort of thing that would work quite well in a Euro engine builder with dice.
Yes, that's correct. Although there's not a lot of Euro.
There's plenty that have. There's plenty where you're building a probability engine.
Oh, yeah, actually, that's true.
I think this is quite. I do like the ingenuity behind this. I would
absolutely
be happy to see that in a more engine building game.
Okay, maybe Lucky Duck Games will make something like use this for other games. So you can see as well, there are 4 dots on the first one. There's 4 dots there, and there's only 3 dots. So because my character is a witch, and each character has got different skills level as well, I would say, because my character is a witch, she would be clever, more, better at these top 2 rather than a physical challenge at the bottom, which also is thematic. Speaking about thematic, yes, so that is, well, I haven't actually spoke about thematic much. It is in the old century where you try to... Oh, what year is that? It's like...
Yeah, it's a fairly middle-aged, dark age sort of vibe, but with a fantasy...
Which I like the theme, like fantasy.
Of course.
Yep, anything fantasy. Obviously, that's one character. You've got other characters as well. I'm not going to show the back as well. In there, comes with the game. So...
Do they all play every scenario?
No. So the first scenario only lets you choose between the witch, the noble, and the huntsman, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the other scenarios will play differently. There's animals, there's weapon, there's items here that helps you in your journey. And it's a good thing. You really have to have your ears open and eyes open to see what other people are doing that helps you in your journey. Because if you miss that means you have to do all on your own.
Yeah.
So I find that because I lost the last game, but that's okay. I like the storytelling. I think this part is very intuitive. I like to see, well, they have a few scenarios already, and I'm hoping that they will release more and more scenarios. I mean, it could be possible, right? You're just using the same components.
Which of course is what Lucky Duck has done with Chronicles of Crime.
Yeah, that one is good. There's no...
I think the maps don't all interlink with each other. Maybe they do.
Yeah. Well, this one is like...
they have some roads, but they connect directly. So I think it would be... You would probably see the same map, but different points of interest on that map.
Yeah. And another good thing is that it's easy to learn, and you mainly just relying on the map. There's a few small rules that you're going to have to learn first, but apart from that, it's a pretty simple game. I can't really show you much because I don't want to show you any spoilers. You're gonna have to decide for yourself, but yeah, I love it. I would like to play more. There's also a solo challenge as well, solo mode, which I haven't actually explored, and I heard good things, and I heard it is pretty hard, so you have to try again to be successful. I think this is unlike Chronicles of Crime that plays cooperatively. This is competitive.
Which is unusual. It's unusual for this sort of game to be... Sometimes it's semi-cooperative or a crossroads sort of thing where there's a common and a personal, but yeah, for it to be fully competitive but still adventure it's different.
Yeah, I know. It reminds me of games like I play in video games like or Diablo or Guild Wars or something like that. That you adventuring and well, it's probably you kill the same enemy, but essentially you need to upgrade your own things. You need to achieve. And this Destiny goal is it's really smart, and the fact that there are two, I also like it. So yeah, I think it's a neat little game, very intuitive. I like this part, the upgrade part. You don't really waste your action. That's basically it.
Okay.
So let us know what you think of it. You might have played it, you might have heard it. Do you like this type of game? Do you like Chronicles of Crime? Or you can even recommend me something like this. I would like to play more of this if possible. And finally, if you find this video useful, please hit that like button and subscribe to us if you haven't already done so. I'm also on Instagram or other social medias, but mainly on Instagram, I think. So hopefully we will see you there too. And hopefully we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.